The Sungai Buloh Serdang Putrajaya or SSP line is the second MRT line to be developed under the KVMRT project and was launched by the Prime Minister Datuk Sri Mohamed Najib Tun Abdul Razak on 15th September 2016.
Projek yang penuh bermakna ini akan menyumbang kepada lonjakan Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya dan Lembah Kelang sebagai sebuah world-class city dan meningkatkan tahapnya dari segi livability kawasan ini.
Following the success of the first line, MMC Gamuda KVMRT Tunneling Sendirian Berhad was awarded the work package to design and construct the 13.5 kilometers underground section of the Sungai Buloh Serdang Putrajaya line.
Line 2 has got a bigger scope than Line 1, 40 to 50% extra scope.
For Line 2, the scope involves 10 underground stations, 14 kilometers of twin tunnel. Line 2 is more challenging because it's traversing in the heart of KL. Sites are very constrained, traffic is congested, and the geology is also treacherous. Very different and inconsistent mixed soil conditions in Line 2.
We put safety as number one on the project. You have to make it safe before you tunnel through, because in a built-up environment there is no option and there is no room for any errors.
The underground tunnel begins at the North Portal along Jalan Ipoh and ends at the South Portal at Desa Water Park. The tunnel connects 11 underground stations: Sentul West, Titiwangsa, Hospital Kuala Lumpur, Kampung Baru North, Ampang Park, KLCC East, Conley, Tun Razak Exchange, Changsau Lin, Bandar Malaysia North and Bandar Malaysia South. A process of land acquisition was carried out to accommodate the work sites. Existing structures were demolished and land was cleared to prepare for the construction of the stations or shafts. The sites were then hoarded according to public safety and health guidelines. This commitment to health and safety is part of the environmental management plan when noise, dust and vibration are all strictly monitored. Instrumentation devices were installed at nearby structures and readings were taken before and continuously throughout the construction period. To ensure minimal disruption during construction, an extensive traffic management plan is put into place. Water and gas pipes, communication and electrical cables at sites were relocated. Stakeholder engagements are also carried out.
When we are dealing with stakeholders within built-up areas, our first attitude has to be that we need to take care, because it does disturb the stakeholders. We are taking all sorts of measures. We are listening and we are attending to all complaints and making sure that it is processed properly.
At every site, soil investigations were carried out to determine the ground conditions. The SSP line will traverse through three types of ground conditions: the Kenny Hill, the Karstic limestone and mixed granite. Ground treatment works were carried out to ensure that the ground is stable and will not collapse during construction. Each station or shaft has its own retaining walls designed based on the ground conditions. For sites located in the Kenny Hill Formation, diaphragm wall construction is used. While sites in the Karstic limestone formation, secant board pile construction are carried out. Another type of retaining system is deep soil mixing, constructed at specific sites. To further strengthen the retaining walls, various sites use ground anchors to withstand the ground pressure of the surrounding earth. After the retaining walls were completed, excavation works began. For sites encountering hard rock during excavation, controlled rock blasting was carried out.
We involved in explosive. It's a very dangerous material, so only a competent person is allowed.
For Line 2, a total of 12 tunnel boring machines or TBMs will be used to construct the 13.5 kilometers tunnel. TBMs used in Line 1 were refurbished at Malaysia's very first TBM refurbishment plant located at Pusing, Perak. Based on experience in Line 1, modifications were made to the refurbished TBMs.
In the Line 2, we implement a new technology because in Line 1 we have a blockage and this kind of thing in the TBM. So we have a new technology for the size that they actually change all the teeth so that it's easier for it to crush the stone for the Line 2.
After the TBMs underwent refurbishment and modification, a factory acceptance test was carried out to ensure that the system and manufacturing designs met the contract specifications. 8 TBMs will be reused from Line 1 and 4 new variable density TBMs are procured for this project, which were assembled at the Herang Connect TBM factory in Guangzhou, China.
After the experience of Line 1 and all the incidences that we encountered, we've done a post-mortem together also with Herang Connect. We found a few items that is going to improve the effectiveness of the operation.
After months of working on the TBM modification, the first 2 new TBMs were ready for testing and commissioning. On 29th August 2017, the factory acceptance test for the first 2 new TBMs were carried out.
We are in Nansha to witness the FAT and we are very happy. Everything goes as planned. 2 of the tunnel boring machines are ready for us to bring back to Malaysia. As of today, we are right on time in terms of schedule for the building of line number 2, Sungai Buloh, Serdang and Putrajaya.
This is a significant milestone for the underground tunneling works. The first TBM arrived in Port Klang and was delivered to site on 13th November 2017, while the rest are expected to arrive in the coming weeks. Tunneling is targeted to commence in January 2018.
For Line 2 progress, currently all the 10 stations we have started work. Some has progressed from D-walls to excavations, and some even went down to the base slab construction already. And in terms of the aggregate progress for the site is about 20% now.
The underground works for the KVMRT SSP line is progressing well and on schedule. All teams from MMC Gamuda KVMRT are working closely together to attain the highest standards to deliver a world-class infrastructure project.